I'm with Tina Allegas, a business attorney with Allegas, Newman, and Goodstein. Tina, thank you so much for coming into my office to talk about business issues that can arise during a divorce. So sometimes I have a client and they have an investment property with their spouse that they're divorcing. What kind of change of ownership issues are they looking at, and how can you help them through this process?
Actually, that's a wonderful subject because it is actually a huge pitfall many times, and the reason being that whenever there's a change in ownership, the county can assess a real property tax reassessment. And if the property's been owned, let's say, for 20 years, obviously the real property taxes are very low. And the last thing you want is for those real property taxes to go up as a result of divorce. And divorce is actually an exemption. It's one of the things that the county looks at, and if the property's being transferred as a result of a divorce, it doesn't create a real property tax reassessment. But what I have seen more than once, and it's very difficult to unravel, is a situation where, for example, one spouse has to refinance a loan for that property. Let's say the property is owned in a limited liability company. That limited liability company was formed with husband and wife. Now the property is going to go to the wife, as an example, and the wife is forming an LLC as well, a single member LLC. Under normal circumstances, if the property is co-owned by two people and it's being transferred to an LLC owned by only one person, that creates a real property tax reassessment. And what I've seen happen when I'm not consulted is that the spouse, to give an example, the wife goes and gets a mortgage, a new mortgage, to refinance so that the husband can be removed off that loan, since she will now be the sole owner of the property as a result of receiving that property in the divorce, is that the escrow company will just transfer the grant deed from the LLC that was co-owned by husband and wife to the LLC now owned solely by the wife. That is considered a change in ownership. So the proper way to do it, and sometimes escrow companies just don't know, they haven't consulted a lawyer, is that really the grant deed needs to be transferred from the LLC that was owned by the husband and wife to the husband and wife, and then from the husband and wife to the wife, and from the wife to the LLC. That way, it's a single person, same person. The wife is the same person in the LLC, so there's no change of ownership. And those documents have to be submitted to the county along with the grant deed to make sure they're aware. Otherwise, what you find is that they reassess, and then you have to fight with them to, unravel it. So it's very expensive because you're going to need a lawyer to do it, and it's time consuming, and it could take, I ended up in a situation like that with a husband and wife during the pandemic, so you might imagine how long that took to unravel.
Well, it's better to figure that out at the start, like you said, before anything is signed.
Right.
So thank you.
Right, absolutely.
If you have questions for Tina or would like more information, please reach out to me and I'd be happy to connect you with her. Thank you.